What's going on, everyone? This is Smitty here, and in this video I'm talking about the emphasis is going to be on innovation, but as the question poses in the title of the vid, what if Sony was making football games? Where would it be? You know what I'm saying? Like, how good of a game would they be able to make? Possibly. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, and I just want to make a few points here real quick. As you look at this game, this is a game that was, very important to state, published and developed directly by Sony Entertainment. Okay? Now, you see this game and all the everything that they've given you in the game, even over the past few years, in terms of control, gameplay, presentation, camera angles, commentary, you name it, they've given you a plethora of things with this game. Now, I don't know how it is with online play and all of that stuff. Like, I'm not the greatest, I'm not the biggest baseball fan like out there, but I do enjoy this game very much. You know what I'm saying? I do enjoy the game very much. I enjoy the mechanics and how they mechanically give you a game that is very adjustable, whether you want that hardcore, very deeply challenging experience, or you want it to be a simplified experience. They give you the control to make that happen. You know what I'm saying? From the control to the player authenticity, like all of those different things, they give it all to you in this title. And this is something that truly exemplifies what I've talked about and pressed on the Sim Standard vid, talking about core gameplay and innovative efficiency. This title exemplifies it thoroughly. This game is in a class all by itself, pretty much. Now, when in regards of football, like this game takes on the same suit, just like how people feel about NFL 2K, in terms of 2K5 and All Pro Football. There are many people who bought a 360 just for this game, who went back and bought a PS2 or an Xbox so they could get 2K5 and update the rosters. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's because these games gave you so much. You know what I'm saying? And it was very high quality level of gaming that they gave you. Now, going to the point where I said Sony published, Sony developed. Now, when we look back, for those that recall, Game Day on the original PlayStation, total pass control, or the maximum passing that we all talk about that's so great in 2K, that originally was from Sony. It didn't come until years later in 2K. You know what I'm saying? They had that in like the Game Day 97. They bring in total pass control. The following year, they bring in the progressive two-man tackling into the game. Meaning that if you had one defender on you, you hit the X button enough, you could break free and keep on running downfield. As well as if you have, you had the other situation where if you have one defender latch onto you, you get slowed down. If the secondary defender comes, they could grab onto you and take you down. And it's progressive two-man tackling. You know what I'm saying? They had that in principle. It wasn't just in principle, but it was in there. Calendar year 1997. You didn't see that specific system rise again until 7 years later in NFL 2K5. And that same system is used in All Pro Football. And like I said, the maximum passing, total pass control, one and the same. Now, did they work the exact same? No. I mean, of course, there have been refinements between then and now, but well then in that time, 2007, when we last seen 2K make their game. But the bottom line is that these were innovative strides that were made by Sony, not by EA or anyone else. It was Sony who did these things first. Then you've seen it later on in EA, in Madden, later on in 2K football. This is why I'm like, if these guys were to make a game, I can only wonder where this game would be at, especially looking at what MLB The Show gives you. One could only imagine what they would be able to do. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, the sky would be the limit. And I mean, of course, the end game in terms of all this is that we would love to see competition where all three companies, all three of these juggernauts could make a game. 2K, football, making a game, coming back and making a game, along with Sony coming out and making a football game and exclusively doing it in their house. Now, when 989 took over the series, that's when the whole series fell off the grid. They made some innovative strides because, once again, Game Day made the innovative strides first, like bringing in the two-man, the double team tackling, and also having those occurrences where you have three men involved on the tackle, like how you see in 2K5 and All Pro Football, where you'll have the one defender who will latch on to you, and then you partially break free, and then you get that two-man tandem tackle. So essentially, three men took you down. That was in Game Day 2003. So once again, that was something that was in the game that wasn't in any other game at that time. So, like I said, I mean, let me know in the comments your thoughts in regards to this. This is just something, just putting it out there. Just curious to see, like, what if these guys were making a game? You know what I'm saying? How good would it, how good would it possibly be? Especially when you see this game, MLB The Show, on screen and see what this game gives you. You know what I'm saying? So, thanks for taking the time out and listening. I greatly appreciate, I would greatly appreciate, your feedback, thoughts, and what have you. Just something out of curiosity, just putting out there, just wondering, you know what I'm saying? So, but like I said, end of the day, we deserve, as a consumer, we deserve what you get on a diamond here in regards to baseball. We deserve the exact same quality in terms of football. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's collegiate or pro. Bottom line. And regardless of whoever makes the game. Period. But the thing is, we know that EA is going to be making a game. You know what I'm saying? That we know for sure. So until it's publicly announced that whether it's 2K or whoever is making a game, you know what I'm saying, the demand is always going, the demand is going to keep being pressed that it be done, that we get the game that we honestly deserve as a consumer, bottom line. So on that note, this is Smitty here, and I'll holler back at you guys later. Peace.